Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here's this week's episode of Video Game Reviews, and as you can see, we are going to be discussing Sonic Colors Ultimate today, and now this is the Nintendo Switch version that you're looking at here, but this game is also available on other consoles. It is available on PlayStation as well as Xbox, and this game actually originally released on a Nintendo Wii and Nintendo DS all the way back in 2010, if you can believe it. And so it's basically a HD remaster of the original game. So, without wasting any time, let's jump into this, shall we? So, this game is a platformer, which of course takes place in outer space, and you obviously control Sonic the Hedgehog, just like you do in a lot of Sonic games. Your mission in this game is to save the Wisps, which is an alien race that's been enslaved by Dr. Eggman. Oh, Eggman, what else is new? Now, you have the Dr. Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park as your main hub, which consists of 5 small planets that are chained to each other. You have using Sonic, you must guide through these planets to destroy the power source at their center. Now there's 7 parts for each planet, 6 main levels, and of course a boss level. In each of the levels you have to get Sonic to the goal, and of course along the way you have to defeat enemies and dodge obstacles. While boss levels, you face one of Eggman's large robots, and you have to defeat it, of course. Now, depending on how you perform at a level, you get a letter grade. If you perform really good, you can get an S rank, but a really bad performance will get you a D rank. Which is not good. Now, of course, the major aspect for this game, of course, is the ability to activate Wisp power-ups. And there's 8 different types of Wisps. Each of them have their own different advantage depending on the color. And of course, a normal white colored Wisp will allow you the speed boost at any time. The Cyan Laser will turn Sonic into a laser that can bounce off solid surfaces to change the laser's path and travel through power lines, while the Yellow Drill will allow you to drill through soft ground and water. The Orange Rocket allows you to blast upward to tremendous heights. The Pink Spikes will allow you to bond to walls and ceilings and perform a spin dash to gain velocity and to destroy objects. The Green Hover enables you to hover and perform dashes across lines and rings, while the Blue Cube will give you the ability to turn blue blocks into blue rings and vice versa. And the Purple Frenzy will turn Sonic into a berserker that chomps through anything in its path, including in size, as it continues to eat. And of course you have the Golden Rings, which protect you from a single hit by an enemy or obstacle, although they'll scatter and blink before you disappear. Alright, so basically the plot for this is that Dr. Eggman opens an amusement park in space called Dr. Eggman's Incredible Interstellar Amusement Park. And supposedly, he has turned over a new leaf in this in order to make up for past transgressions. Yeah, I don't buy that for 1 second. And the park, of course, is made up of several planet-sized attractions. And, of course, Sonic is being suspicious, like he should be, so he and Tails end up investigating. And during their investigation, of course, they meet Yacker, who comes from a species of aliens known as Wisps. And after Tails invents a translator, to communicate with Yacker, that's when him and Sonic find out that other Wisps have been enslaved by Eggman, who plans to harness their energy for a mind control laser that will allow them to take over Earth. And then Sonic, of course, proceeds to visit the planets, liberating the Wisps and shutting down the generators that are linked to the amusement park. And of course, he meets many friends along the way who are also exploring the park in order to attempt to disrupt Eggman's plans. And after Sonic frees the Wisps, Eggman tries fight the king of the world, but a piece of wreckage from an earlier boss fight means that it ends up malfunctioning. So then the amusement park begins to explode, resulting in Sonic confronting Eggman, and then Eggman uses the negative wisps to power his final contraption, a robot that uses the powers of all the wisps that Sonic has met against him. As the machine gets weaker, the wisps end up escaping, and they help Sonic to defeat Eggman, which send him hurtling off into space. So in other words, he gets sent blasting off, Team Rocket style. The wisps end up carrying Sonic out of the amusement park, returning safely to Earth. Yacker ends up thanking Sonic and Tails. So that's how the final boss goes in the regular version. However, there is actually a DS exclusive final boss. In that version, the final boss is actually Mother Wisp, who had been infected by the negative energy and transformed into a negative Mother Wisp. And then with the power of the Chaos Emeralds, Sonic ends up transforming into Super Sonic and fights her. And then once she's defeated, the Mother Wisp ends up returning to normal, and the Wisps part ways with both heroes. So, a pretty solid Sonic game. Honestly, one of the best modern Sonic games, I think, in my opinion. I mean, it's better than Sonic 06. Although, yeah. Now, this game, when this was first announced, this remaster version, I know a lot of people were, particularly in the Sonic community, were getting very excited for this game. But yeah, like there are all these different glitches or whatever that were present when the game first came out, and yeah, nobody likes that. I mean, they did obviously fix everything up later. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty solid game still, don't get me wrong. I mean, I have played this game. I did a playthrough of this remastered version a few years ago, and I also played a bit of the original Wii version. I think, what was it, in 2011 or 2012? Yeah, I think it was like 2012 or something like that. And I think I actually still have both my Nintendo Wii and Nintendo DS copies of this. But anyway, yeah, that's a pretty solid game. Like I was saying, I think I'm going to give this one an 8.3 out of 10. So, yeah, pretty good game. And, yeah, that is going to do it for this episode of Video Game Reviews. Again, I apologize for how my voice is sounding in this episode. I don't know what's wrong, but hopefully it'll sound better next time, of course. We'll just have to see what happens. Anyways, I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.